Okay, we're at the last step of our picture frames, and that's putting the wire on that will mount it to the wall. There are a lot of different ways to mount pictures to walls, but I chose the old-fashioned way of wire because it's the way I've always done it. So here we go. I mark a line, well, more of a squiggle, 3 inches down from the inside top of the frame, and then another squiggle about 3/8 inches from the inside edge. I do this so the wire will not be seen above the picture when it's hung. Okay, I really did use this nail to make the holes for the screws. Really, I did. Now that we have our hole, we're going to use the pliers to start the eye into the frame. Just takes a couple turns. And now you can tighten it by hand. And this is what it looks like. All right, we have our two eyes in, and we're going to start to put the frame together. Now, first goes the piece of glass. Now, I got plexiglass. I got it because it's what I had in the basement. It's UV protection, etc., etc., and it will work just as good as a piece of glass. So I'm peeling off this protective coating. I'm going to turn it over and slide it underneath the eyes. And it slides right in and fits great. So now I'm going to peel off protective coating on the other side. If you're going to do this, I would suggest getting regular glass. And regular glass, for one reason, is that it doesn't cost as much as the plexiglass. So now I got this microfiber. Just going to give it a quick going in case there's any dust or anything on there that might get in the way of the picture. Now we're going to take the picture that up a little bit. Well, it's a little too low, so we're just going to bend these up a bit. Well, and we're in. I usually use these glazing pins to hold the pictures in the frame, but as you can see, they didn't work. So I went to the big box store and found these U nails. They work great. I'm going to use them from now on. I clamped a board onto the workbench and covered it with a towel so as not to mar the frame. Using a hammer and a punch, I nailed in the nails. You have to use the punch at a low angle to make sure the nails go in straight. When attaching the wire to the eye, you tie a knot so that the wire doesn't slip. I'm using this setup to make it easier to see the process. You start by feeding the wire under the eye. You then make a loop going underneath the wire. Now feed the wire over the top of the eye. And now back through the loop that you made. Pull tight. You'll then wrap the wire over itself. If you tied the knot correctly, this is what it should look like. This will not slip at all. And we have picture frames. I hope these videos weren't too excruciatingly painful to watch. This is the first time I've ever done video editing, and it was a rather steep learning curve. But I got some great pictures to hang on the wall. So I hope you get out and try it. If you have any suggestions on how to make things better or easier, I would appreciate you letting me know. And we'll see you next time.